Hey guys, Apple here with another video. So today I have a cold, so if I sound a little bit weird, that's why. I tried to delay my voice recording to see if I got better, but I just didn't. So if I sound like Squidward today, I can't really do anything about it. You just have to live with it. So today I have an awesome announcement. This video is sponsored by WTF, and they are doing a giveaway for you guys, so wait for the end of this video to be able to join that. So I thought it was time to talk about a knife I rarely use, the Spy-cicle. This knife is loved by many spies and rarely used by others, and I think it mostly comes from the fact that the benefit is very subjective if it's worth it or not. So if you find that I missed anything, be sure to leave a comment. I probably don't have to say this, since I know that you guys will anyway. You guys are very opinionated, as I'm sure you already know. But I think I've rambled long enough, so listen to the hamstring of this video. Lenny, roll the intro.
With my apologies.
The Spy-cicle is probably the most interesting spy weapon in TF2, thanks to its incredibly weird stats. It makes you, when hit with fire, fireproof for 1 second and immune to afterburn in 10 seconds. But what makes this knife so interesting is that the knife melts in the process. After that, it takes 15 seconds to regain it, but you can't decrease the waiting time by picking up metal. Another penalty is that victims turn into ice, but by the way, that is not a penalty. I would say that is more of a benefit, but I'll get back to that later. So the main point of this weapon is sacrificing your ability to stab in exchange of having an easier time against pyros. But is it worth it? This is what spies disagree on, and this is why I think this is a more situational weapon. Let me explain with 2 scenarios. Scenario 1. You want to kill a medic, but a pyro is protecting them, making it hard to get to the medic. Scenario 2. Your team is stopped by a sentry, but there's also a pyro protecting the sentry against spies. The reason why I chose these 2 scenarios is because they need to be handled very differently. In the first one, your primary focus is on using your knife to stab the medic, therefore equipping the Spy-cicle is anything but a good idea. In that situation, equip the Dead Ringer. It is not as great as combating pyros as the Spy-cicle, since it only gives you immunity while cloaked, but the Spy-cicle makes it impossible to stab the medic, because you just lose it to the pyro. In the second, equipping the Dead Ringer will only make you immune while cloaked, and what you want to do is sapping the sentry. So being immune while not being cloaked is the way to go. Not only do you want to sap, but using your knife is probably not very useful in that situation. So sacrificing your knife for more time to sap a sentry is the best solution. Instead of using your knife in combat, use the revolver. It has a pretty good damage output, and it's great for killing the pyro or taking down the last health of the sentry. So the Spy-cicle is, in my opinion, the perfect knife when you don't need to use it. I know it sounds really weird if you think about it, but it gives you more time to do your objective and is therefore perfect for taking out a sentry, for example. Though in most situations where you're dealing with a pyro, you're probably trying to stab someone, and therefore, I think the situations wherein it's useful are very limited. Most times, it's better to use a Dead Ringer, since normally dealing with a good pyro is fixed by fleeing from the player, and that is what the Dead Ringer is best at. When using the Spy-cicle, I prefer not using the Dead Ringer. The Dead Ringer and Spy-cicle tend to make the other one redundant. If you use both, you can't have your knife and Dead Ringer out at the same time, because that would make them both trigger from the fire damage, which means you would be wasting your fire immunity. It's also a little bit overkill. Not only that, but it feels that the benefit on Spy-cicle is being restricted by the Dead Ringer. I know this isn't a popular opinion, but I think that the Inwitch watch is the most mobile watch. It lets you cloak when you want to, and it's not movement sensitive like the cloak and dagger. And of course there are no loud uncloak noises that makes it hard to sneak behind enemies. The Dead Ringer is for taking a lot of damage and fleeing from enemies, or using your damage reduction to act fast and get a stab or stab a sentry. Basically, objective focused play. But the Image Watch is the overall best watch from my type of playstyle. I let you get 1 kill at a time, thinning out most of the team without the team having any idea of where I am. So being able to deal with pyros, the enemy of the Image Watch users, thanks to the afterburn telling everyone where you are, is a great benefit. So, the question is, do I think it's unbalanced? No, I wouldn't say so, but I do think it could use a few changes in the stats. And no, that does not mean it's a nerf or buff, that means changing it in ways so it's more reliable but less situational. A stat does not mean good or bad, it means being good in a specific situation, where this stat can come in handy. I don't think it's weak, but I do think it's rare that the benefits truly shine. So how would I change the stats is probably what you're asking. Firstly, the backstab turns victims into iStat is not a penalty at all. It's if anything a benefit, since it creates paranoia. Normally knowing that a spy is in the area is pretty easy to figure out, so it's rare that people know that there is a spy because of the iStat use, without knowing it by looking at the kill feed. Secondly, people spending their time spy checking is a big distraction and can give your team an advantage. What I would do is probably changing how long it takes to recharge your meter and the immunity it gives. I would say the fireproof immunity should be increased to 3 seconds instead of 1, and the regeneration time should be increased to 20 seconds. Metal should decrease the time by %. So for example, if I picked a medium ammo box up, I would decrease my waiting time on the Spy-cicle by 50%. I think this will make the Spy-cicle at least better at what it wants to be good at, because the afterburn immunity means that the direct damage still hurts you, and at that point you will probably die from the pyro anyway. So that were my thoughts on the Spy-cicle. I'm sure what you're really interested in is the giveaway, right? I think you've waited long enough. I have teamed up with TF to give away a professional killstreak collector Spy-cicle. Link to the giveaway in the description. TF is a website where you gamble your items. The special thing about this one is that it's based on a 50-50 system. Many thanks to TF for partnering with me. I'm really appreciate, man. Thanks. Other than that, enjoy the giveaway. Have a great day. Thanks for all the support as always, and see you next time. Hey Lenny, roll the outro. By the way guys, there's a guy named Rabbit who makes TF2 videos. His channel just got completely deleted. I don't think he deserves to get his channel completely deleted, even if he actually broke some kind of guideline. It doesn't seem like it was too big of a guideline to completely lose his channel. It's really sad to see that, and I think that's just completely unfair. So please support him, and thanks for that. Have a good day.